The global release of Umamusume has been here for a month now, and people start having their account fully built and are happy with it. But maybe some of you are not satisfied with your account. It can be due to a lack of good cards, characters, or even a lack of money and you feel obligated to hurt URA by making a race every turn. Please don't do that, there are alternatives to farm monies, don't make us suffer. Well, you are the right place. This video is made for new players, those who want to reroll for Kitasan Black, or simply for an alt account to have fresh and good bases to play the game. But I have to make a disclaimer here. I am far from being an expert at Umamusume. The tips I'll give you are only things that I noticed or tricks I already found on the internet by watching other videos and stuff. So maybe you already know everything in this video, but it's always possible that you'll learn something new. My name is Soma and let's get to it. To make this video, I rerolled for days to have an alt free-to-play account with at least 3 copies of Kitasan Black support card. I was very lucky to have a 4th one. The reason for that is that even if you can borrow it for other players, having it increases a lot your flexibility when building your deck. For example, now I can borrow max uncap super quick, fine motion, and future strong super card. Even some SR card can be good to borrow. I'm probably sure many of you know what's next, but I can just not show it on how to start a new fresh account video anyway. Alright, so before starting a new career, go to race, then team trials. Then participate in a team race. It doesn't matter if you win or lose, just keep everything. A little info icon appeared so you can see the leaderboard. Click on it, go to all and choose a player in the list. You will see his profile with the Umamusume and the support card you can borrow from them, but what's important is that you have access to their club. Go on and start to follow players with good Umas and card. Here is a list you should aim for. It starts with good blue sparks. Aim for 3-star stamina and power spark. I'll explain later why those two in particular. For the cards, try to get max uncap super quick and fine motion. You can also take special week from the previous event, and some SR card can be good but very situational. I can be wrong, but I like to have Ancient Flash and Sweep the Show and max uncap. You're ready to go now. Let's start a career, and for this one, I want to showcase a Bakushin run for many reasons. First and most important, I'm all in on the path of Bakushin. Then she has one of the easiest career to complete as stamina stat is nearly negligible, so you can focus solely on speed, power, and a bit of wit, but mainly speed of course. She also allows us to run on many races and farm trophies, carrots, achievements, and also monies in the future when needed, so we can save URA from that consecutive races nightmare. Please stop hurting her. What's also important is I have to set a goal for this career. What is or are my objectives? Building a good PvP Bakushin, farm resources like carrots, try to get good sparks by having most stats at 600, I'll explain that too, or just have fun rereading every event. All of these options are viable. But for this one, I want a Bakushin capable of winning PvE content, such as daily races and farm carrots, as this is the first run of this account and I like to pull. So here we go. Now we have to choose 2 legacy Umas, including 1 borrowed Umas from friends. I want a 9 stars power or 6 star power, plus anything else between stamina and speed. Speed from sparks isn't that great because 90% of your training will be speed, so you'll reach the 1200 stat anyway. For the other sparks, the red, green and grey one, I will not take them into consideration for this run. You can see that we gain 63 power stats just thanks to that borrowed Umamusume, plus she's a grey cap, she's broken. Next, we have deck building. First off, if you didn't reroll, just borrow Kitasan Black. Okay, so why Kitasan Black is that strong? Let's get to it. The reasons are, she has a high initial friendship gauge, increased power when training with her, a ginormous amount of specialty priority, which is the chances to appear in her respective training types. She has an amazing speed and recovery skills, and her go skill is universally good for any Uma, any distance, any everything actually. For the rest, since speed statting is king, you will mostly have decks with 4 speed cards and 2 wit cards for sprint. For mile, if you want to add a bit of stamina, you can add super quick in replacement of your worst speed or wit card. If you have perfect speed card in terms of stat gain, you can also go for 3 speed card and a combination of 3 wit and stamina card. In case you have Kitasan Black, you can borrow a max uncap fine motion, for example. For medium and long, you will need stamina card. Again, if you have Kitasan Black, just borrow super quick. The main reason for that is because of a go skill Swinging Maestro, which probably is the best recovery skill in the game. Then, go for a mix between 4 speed card and 2 stamina card, or 3 speed, 2 or 1 stamina, and 2 or 1 wit. We are now ready to start a career. I will explain the choice I made throughout the run, the good habits you have, and also my mistakes. The game is mostly orange based, so keep in mind that some choices I made might not be optimal for you. To start off, on each turn you will have support Umas to help you train at random. They can be everywhere in one of the 5 training types. My first objective is to maximize as fast as I can their relationships to start training effectively. Even if they are on, let's say, guts. If they are like 3 or 4 and I have nothing interesting to do, I will go for it. Make sure to systematically look for every training facilities at every turn to make sure not to miss a good training. I also want the speeds facility to level up fast. So, if I have 2 or more support in that facility, I will choose it over the others. Here is the speed training. Our energy is getting low, so it may be the time to talk about energy management. I like to resume it in 3 ways. 1. If it is interesting, go for it. If not, you have 2 choices. Rest or go on a race. Sometimes, even if I have 0 energy, I like to go racing because of the stats it gives me and to see the next events. Oh nice, first rest, first sleep deprived. That's okay, that's fine. Anyway, and yes, I can miss a good training after that, but there is no way to know it. I rest most of the time if my energy is way too low and there is no interesting races. There are 2 things to say from this point. Racing is good, it's a viable option. Second, if nothing is interesting and you have, let's say, 60 or 70 energy, it can also be viable to rest. For recreation, I almost never go for it. It may be a mistake, but the day and locked events are filled with mood up. Try to keep your mood at minimum of good all the time. Here the guts training seems pretty interesting. I think I will take it, even if my energy go below 50%. Yeah, I did. Okay, so now that we are below 50%, I need to be disciplined and not greed the trainings. That guts one was good, but 20% failure is way too high. A failure in training can be an instant run ender, so be careful with it. So here I rest, get my 50 energy and continue the run. Professor of Curvature is the gold skill of Kitasan Black support card. It's one of the best skills in the game and is universally good. I only get 1 hint, but it's okay, I will not buy it for now. I got a good speed training and my facility is leveled up, so it's perfect. I go on power to continue friendship training. I gain 3 hints on corner recovery, which is very good. 5% of failure is not enough to scare me, so I go with speed training. So, for now we have almost 250 speed. It's good, and we don't need anything else. For the race though, we need to be a front runner instead of a pace chaser. The reason for that is that by being first on the race, you don't have to deal with being boxed, body blocked, etc. The second reason is stamina wise. By being first in a race, you set the max speed and therefore stamina consumption of every girls. With the additional argument of stamina to HP conversion being better for a front runner than a pace chaser, it helps a lot not lose due to a lack of stamina. We are destroying our debut race, but it's totally normal. It's always like that with Bakushin. Just follow the path of Bakushin. Also, look at her laugh. With our debut race 1, it's time to go to our next objective, the KO High Junior Stake Race. If you are playing the same cards over and over, it can be good to memorize the events to answer accordingly to what you need. 25% is way too much. No interesting weight training. Yeah, that's a rest. Now that we unlocked the races, we have to keep an eye on it too, which I didn't do well in this run. Nothing interesting? Bakushin, go run! I had terrible connection while recording that carrier. I'm sorry for the lags. The carrier continue to choose the speed over anything else. Sometimes we have some pretty hard choices when we can go not speed but something else, like stamina in this case. I have to check the skills to decide. but yeah, speed matters more in this situation, so I go speed. Extra trainings are interesting not for the training stat boost, but for the friendship gained with Director Akikawa. You have to know that to level up the unique skill of your Uma, you need to have at least 70 or 80k fans and the friendship with the director at least 60 before the Valentine Day event. Here could I watch the races? Maybe there was an interesting one, but yeah. Again, speed matters most in this situation, so let's get that speed training. Be careful not to hard spam with training early on your career, it will delay the leveling of your speed facility and you will miss many speed stats as a result. Here, this is a pretty hard choice. I can go on a race, which is good, knowing that we have the career race coming, and the sleep deprived would be very bad in terms of energy management. Oh sh. For the next race, same strategy, just hit race and watch Bakushin laugh at the end. It's now time to go forward on our run and prepare for our next objective, the sprint stakes. She always has to eat their vegetables. The other choice reduces your energy. So for this training, we have a failure rate of 18. This is way too much, I will not risk it. But we have a fair amount of stamina, so if we get sleep deprived, this is not a huge problem. Okay, so here stamina can be good, but we have to check the races. We have a G1 that is very interesting. I can farm carrots, I can farm fans. Yeah, let's go racing. Bakushin, go run and win, please. Here, rest would be a good choice, but we will have the New Year resolution event, and I like to take the energy from that one. Try your best to memorize that locked event that matters the most for you. The energy recovery choice will always be the orange one. Thanks to that, I'm able to do that speed training without any risks and with good energy remaining. 777 is a pretty cool recovery skill, we'll take it. And now it's time for one important event. In every career, you will have an event concerning food and what quantity you should eat. This is an energy recovery event with 10 points on the first choice and 30 points on the second, but with a low chance to have a debuff called slow metabolism. If you are at 70 energy or less, always go for the second choice, because even if you get slow metabolism, going to the infirmary to remove it will give you 20 energy, so you get a total of 50 energy points in only one turn. It's like a race with extra steps. I made a mistake here. Racing would be a very good choice. Even if I can maximize friendship with that gut one, I already unlocked the friendship training, so yeah. Another race, another easy win for Bakushin. Yeah, you can laugh, you win all the time. Hey, that's a no setup event, we take those. here we are at our first inspiration event. Something I didn't mention earlier is that each veteran Umas have an affinity stat with the trained Uma. The better the affinity is, the more chances we have to get good inspiration sparks. Here, I got my full power spark and nothing else. Since we are here for the stats, I think that's pretty nice. Oh, nice speed training. Sad that I will not take it because of the failure rate that is way too high. Maybe I could have optimized my energy, but again, there is absolutely no way to predict that kind of training. So yeah, fine by me. Okay, so in this situation, my mood went down, I don't have good trainings, there isn't any good races I can participate, and I have full energy. I didn't have much opportunity to get friendship with Otonashi yet, so it will be speed, but an OP race could have been good, but again I don't recommend recreation. Maybe that's a mistake and maybe I should go to recreation more often? If so, feel free to tell me in the comments what do you think about it. Again, even with the speed training and the speed training that could be also interesting, I prefer go on a race. I think that's more optimal because of the energy saved and the chance to have a mood up by winning the race. Okay, that's perfect, we got that mood up. Okay, so we have our next race. Same as always, don't run, click on run, and win, hopefully. Just trust Bakushin. And it's not even close, we won by 4 lengths. Now that we won our race, we can continue our path where something huge awaits us. Yep, that's right, summer camp. When you have that pleasant dialogue, you have 2 days to prepare your camp. Make sure to get the best out of it by having max energy and mood before starting it. Then, personally, I like to do 3 heavy energy cost training and 1 with training in between to make sure I don't have too big failure rate on the last one. By taking that speed training, I was purely greeding. If I got sleep deprived now, I'm totally cooked. Okay, that's nice, we're ready for summer camp after all. We start with a very good speed training. We take it, we take it. This one is a bit tricky, since speed will be spammed all over the playthrough. A plus 29 can be ignored to equilibrate stats. Here stamina is very interesting, so I'll take it. I should have checked wit here, but since it didn't seem to be interesting, I prefer rest for this turn. Not that resting one time at summer camp is okay. This is not helpful, your run is still on track. Okay, so please note that the summer camp you've seen wasn't a bad one nor a good one actually. Yes, we were able to rack up some stats, but we can have 1 more training instead of resting. The support wasn't all there every time, of course this is rare, don't get me wrong, but the main issue I have is that I didn't check every training all the time. Maybe there was a good power training, for example, with more cumulated stats than what I chose. Since every training facilities at our level 5 at that time, we need to focus max added stats between all of the stats. Speed will ultimately go up, the rest will probably not. So spend 1 or 2 more training in stamina, power, I don't know what stat you want. Maybe more efficient for your overall run. But anyway, how did you lose that Bakushin? The truth is, it doesn't matter if you win or lose the race, at least you get 5th. The only difference is that on a losing race, you can now gamble your energy that you're losing. The first choice will always make you lose 20 energy, but the second one can make you lose from 10 to 30 energy. When I lose a race like that, I have the habit to watch the next one, to try to see what could have been the problem. What can I improve? It's a power problem? It's a speed problem? How can I do better? If I don't have any answer, then maybe buying skill would be a good idea. But yeah, Bakushin win. So that's fine. Oh yeah, even with that misstep on the path of Bakushin, I don't think the run will lose. We're all in. Continue to win Bakushin. Gridging a 10% is okay, but for this run I really want to be disciplined. And another sleep deprived. Bakushin really don't know how to sleep. I really want to have 450 wit minimum at the end of the career, so I have to focus a bit that. I really hope that I have more friendship training in the future. Okay, that wit training is great too. I'll take it. That food event is back, but I have enough energy, so I will take the first choice. No need to risk to have slow metabolism. Taking the stamina training can be a good idea, but I really want to do a race. I have good energy, I have to check if I can continue to win them, and skill points are very good. Okay, so even with that late start, I managed to go to the front and to win that. That's great, that's great. Good news, good news. Command is a very good recovery skill, but it is for pace chaser, not frontrunner. This is one of the main reasons I'm not buying skills during the career. Let's say you want to play frontrunner but ending with only pace chaser skills. If you bought a frontrunner skill during the career, that skill will be lost since it will more optimal to play her pace and buy pace chaser skills. The new year is here, and with that, the Shrine Visit event makes its entrance. First choice will give you stamina, second is a +5 all stat up, and the third is 35 skill points. It is recommended to almost go for the second choice all the time, but sometimes you really want that extra stamina, so choose in consequence of the state of your energy bar. Just always keep in mind that after one turn, you will have the raffle event. Since it's only 10% chance to get the tissues, you will probably have at least 20 energy points from that event. And of course I get them. This point of the run I have a pretty good speed stat, so I can take my time improving it. I can prioritize other things like wit training or even races. Since I have enough fun and friendship with Director Akikawa, I am able to level up her uni skill. Here I also want to go speed even with that training event to finally get with Tosho to 80 friendship points and start friendship training with her. It's a bit late, but it's fine. There are not many mood up events left, so I'll go recreation for once and hope to get a bit of energy too. Race can be viable here, but I want to save up some energy, so I go resting. At this point, this is totally unlosable. Bakushin will destroy them. We won that race without any issue and are ready for our next inspiration event. Hopefully we can get more power. For instance, to build a PvP Bakushin, you will need much more power than I have. 42 will be enough for that run. It's not that bad. During the FanFest event, you will get another chance to level up your unique skill if you meet the requirements already said. I totally forgot that with Bakushin, the FanFest gives her a mood up that recreation area could have been avoided. Here I have nothing else to do but race, so Bakushin, go run! Okay, so now Bakushin wanted to challenge a speed train to a race and get lost, so she gets moods down. I don't like having mood down near the end of the career. I found it way more difficult to get some mood up naturally when I'm near the end. There's nothing more to say here. Speed procs, so I train speed, and when I have nothing to do, I go to a race. This is an instant win with that much speed. The second summer camp is almost there, and we have a little mood issue. If I have good friendship training before the first day of the camp, I like to take them anyway and start the summer camp with a rest. I aim for 60 energy so that when I rest in the summer camp, it will give me 40 energy and a mood up, and I will be ready, both energy and mood, to get the best out of the rest of the summer camp. We just have a race to complete before that. Oh yeah, that's right, I meant 2 races. Bakushin loses a training day at the second summer camp. As I said earlier, this is a rest. The total stat of that speed training is too good not to be taken. You have to go with that if you don't have 1100 of speed at this moment. That's not that good, I don't have any good alternatives instead of speed. It's not that strange since we have many speed cards, but sometimes you can get like 30 stamina without stamina card on summer camp. But yeah, let's continue our run. We have a career rest directly after summer camp, and we are near the end of our 3 years of exciting Bakushin path. The race is won, every race will be won now. Here we are at the Sprinter Stakes race, and this might be the moment to talk about skills. If you are in a not good enough run and think that you could lose a race, you can consider buying skill. Now that we have many skill points, I can start to choose which way I want to play my Bakushin for content after career, like team trials. I recommend to start by taking recovery skills, as stamina is the main reason why a race can be lost. Corner recovery or swinging maestro, gourmand for pace chaser, or even 777s are good choice to compensate a lack of stamina. But here I want to show you that skills are not essential to win a career, so I will not take any skill. I trust Bakushin all the way. I really want my Bakushin to have more wit, so I think I will just choose wit training until the end, if of course there is friendship training in it. My speed is good and the stat gained from locked event will be nearly enough to reach that 1200 stats. Another wit training, let's go! I'll take wit training again, this is good and it gives me energy. Alright, time for our last career race. I really think it will be good. Bakushin cannot lose anyway. it's time to prepare for the URA Finale. And as you can see, I don't have enough friendship with Otonashi, which isn't that great. I lose stats and skill point at the end of the final race. The holiday season event will give me my last uni skill level up on Bakushin, and now we are ready to run through the URA races. I want to go with here to have a little bit of energy. Again, this weight training is pretty good now, as I can gain a bit of energy. And with that, it's time to start racing. We will skip the first and the second race, but we will watch the last one to see how Bakushin is doing in the race. You know what? I'll take it. And another one race! Just one more and this run will be a success. %20 failure? I can take it. I won't have any drawback if I fail this one anyway. Here we are, the URA Finale. Again, if you think you are on a losing run, you can buy skill to help you win, since there are not many chances to have hints now, but I won't take anything to show you it's not necessary. Bakushin, go run now. We will watch it as I said before. Okay, so let's start. Oh, late start. That's not great, but I think it would be good. We'll see. This isn't great so far. She should be first, not fourth. I'm afraid she's been boxed. Will I have to use the clock? Okay, let's fast forward a bit. Oh? Oh? Okay, okay. I never doubt you. I know you will do it. You always win, Bakushin, no matter the situation. And just like that, we made through our first career on a new fresh account with pretty decent stats. It's time to get my last stats points and end the career. Here are my final stats. We are very close from what we have predicted at the start of our run, but there are some lack of stats overall. Next, it's time to choose our skills. Disclaimer, I am far from being a pro at choosing skills. As we have seen throughout the run, it seems that I've gained many pace chaser skills. Since my power stat is not that great, I will need skills to avoid getting boxed as a pace chaser. Triumphant Pulse is very good to help with that issue. Professor Curvature is broken, so I'll take it without hesitation. Corner Recovery is pretty good, even if it's not swinging Maestro if you have many hints on it. It doesn't cost that much here, so I'll take it. Iron Will is bad, Sprinting Gear is decent, but I don't have any hint on it. I'll see if I don't have anything better. Wait and See is bad, Steadfast is for medium race, so not of use here. Thrusted Frontrunner is interesting to have on a debuffer, but this isn't the case here, so we'll see. Boxy is good, but is for Frontrunner, and I want to play her as a pace chaser. Pace chaser straight away, on the other hand, is very good. I'll take it. Gourmand is one of the best recovery skill, 777 is also good, and Slipstream is great too. That is for my selection. When I logged these skills, I forgot to uncheck Moxie. The skill will never activate, because it's a Frontrunner, I just lose like 130 points on it, but that's fine. hey, I barely get A rank. This doesn't matter how we get crushed by B+, or even B rank if they are well optimized. So, as you can see, I received a bunch of sparks and other stuff. I said that I will explain all of that things later, and that later is now, I guess, if that makes sense. So let's get to the last section of the video, the Everything I Did Not Say Earlier guide on Umamusume. Let's start with sparks. This section was mostly inspired by that video from Static Nexus. He goes deeper in the explanation, so I recommend you to watch his video. At the end of the run, you will always gain sparks. Some are random, and some depends on the achievements you made throughout the run, and appears randomly too. First off, let's focus on blue sparks, probably the most important one. At the end of a career, you will get one blue spark chosen at random between the 5 stats: speed, stamina, power, guts and wit. And in addition to it, there is a ranking from 1 to 3 star on them, 3 star being the strongest. So what impacts your chance of getting a better sparks? Well, the game generates for each of your stats a percentage. If your stat is below 600, you will have a 0% chance to have a 3-star sparks. If you are between 600 and 1100, you will have 5% chance to get a 3-star spark. And if you are above 1100, you get 10% chances. So let's say you have all of your stats above 600. With that, you will have 5% times 5 chances to have a 3-star spark chosen at random. It's pretty low, but that's the grindy part of the game actually. Every player that want to build perfect Umas should aim for 2 9-stars legacy Umas to maximize their stat. Now onto the green spark. It's pretty simple, it's a unique skill the Uma will transfer. Not that only 3-stars Umas can transfer their unique skills, so you will need to raise the star level of Umas that are not level 3 yet to pass on their skills. The stars are chosen at random too and will increase the chance to get hints during inspiration events. On the contrary, the pink spark will always be there. This is the aptitude spark that can include either track, distance, or style rank, also chosen at random in those categories. The aptitude that gets picked, however, will always be one that the Uma prefers. For example, my Bakushin has an A on sprint and mile. If that category is chosen, she will pass on one of those 2 distance for sure. The stars are completely random on the achieved spark, however. The white spark are divided into 2 categories, the race spark and the skill sparks. The stars on them are also completely random, like the green and pink sparks, and raise the chances of getting hints during inspiration events. For the skill spark, there is a 20% chance to generate a white spark for each skill you have at the end of the career. It goes up to 40% chance for ghost skills. The race sparks concern your wins on D1 races. Every D1 races won can generate a spark with 20% chance. The URA Finale can be generated too. Those race sparks give stat boosts and the skill, so it's good to have some of them. And that's it for the sparks. Now let's get into some tips and tricks that I want to share with you. First off, let's make a resume of our run and evaluate the pros and cons of the run. So, according to you, was this run a good one? Well, to my opinion, the correct answer is not that much. It was a pretty mid run. My RNG wasn't that great, I got too much sleep deprived, my support could have been more active, and I made some mistakes during the career. Does this mean she's a bad Bakushin? Absolutely not, or at least for a first ever run on an account, it was pretty solid. Even if some of my stats aren't what I wanted, I still have very good speed, I avoided getting sick throughout the run, and there was not many wasted turns. With some better understanding of certain situations and higher level cards, this run could have been really good. So here is the list of what we've learned from that run. Racing is a viable option. Making rest when you have nothing to do can help with energy management. Resting one time on summer camp is okay. It's better to use skill points at the end of a run. Skills are not necessary to complete a career. Try to memorize events from overused cards like Kitasan Black event, for example. If the total stat gained from a training on the summer camp is better than speed, it may be good to take it to harmonize your stats a bit more. And I think that's good. If I missed some career tips, I'll make sure to add them in the comment or in the description. This is the end of the video. If you watch it all, I want to say a big thank you. I'm a French guy that makes video in English to have fun talking about games that I like, and this is also a journey to improve my English skills. This is my first ever video in English and I think I still lack confidence in myself, so I hope I'm being understandable throughout the video. I hope this guide will help you even if most of the information given are already covered by other content creators. Again, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.